And so now we're going to be moving into our next set of Tier 3 games, and it is going to be BadPenny versus Snail. And I can't say I know too much about either of these guys. Although BadPenny is another player we saw the other day, and he looked okay for his tier. So we'll see how Snail looks. In the top right-hand corner, as the yellow Protoss, we have BadPenny. And then bottom left-hand corner, as the purple Protoss, we have Snail. Jake Pliskin saying BadPenny versus Snail. What do you know about this matchup? Do you have something you want to contribute? Using kind of a shocked face. So I'm curious if there's something I don't know. Oh. Well, BadPenny. BadPenny is... he's being a BadPenny. Bringing a cheddar. Jake Pliskin saying Snail is really good for Tier 3. He'll probably graduate to Tier 2 next season. And Magic doesn't have a plan what to do when no one attacks him in front. Yeah, you're right. That actually does look like the kind of gameplay you might see from someone who spent a long time playing against the computer. Just really defensive and assumes you'll attack into him. Alright, so, oh my gosh. Not a center location. A little bit of a suspicious proxy here. Not really, but kind of. So it's an odd spot. It's a very risky spot because there's a chance your opponent's over here, in which case you're really fucking yourself. But he's gotten a beautiful draw as far as proxy locations. So luck is certainly on BadPenny's side. So we'll see what he can do against this strong Tier 3 player in Snail. And if Snail is fairly strong for Tier 3, that might indeed explain... oh, wow, okay. Well, BadPenny basically just lost. 2 gates, regular, should defend 9-9 quite easily. And that becomes especially true if Snail is as strong as he is rumored to be. So either Snail likes to 2-gate, or his senses are tingling. He scouted through the center too. His senses are tinkling big time. Does BadPenny have a reputation for being really cheesy? Because Snail is obviously very suspiciously here looking for scouting, and BadPenny is you know, obviously up to no good. But this should go just fine for Snail. He'll with travel time, he'll have more than enough zealots, and he'll have a superior economy. Looks like, for the moment, BadPenny holding economy, that's pretty normal. BadPenny's heart is now going to sink. He's going to be like, oh, god damn it. Why? Did BadPenny just make a pylon? Okay. There's no forge. I don't know if he's intending to make a battery or what. I mean, you can make a battery, but he's probably going to lose the probe. Alright, so first zealot comes in. And second zealot comes out here. So we got 2 on 1, but we do have 2 more coming. And Snail has actually had a pretty big... this is a pretty big botch from Snail. This is a colossal mistake from Snail here. I can't believe this. He completely is forgetting to make zealots. If he messes up micro here, BadPenny can win this outright right now. This is unbelievable. I don't know where Snail's attention is. He obviously just freaked out, and this is BadPenny's game. It's over. Nothing in the gateways. Nothing at all in the gateways. Just now start zealots. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. Snail, if you see this game, man, literally, there are 2 things you have to do when you're getting proxied. You just have to make zealots all the time. Those gateways, queue a little bit if you have to, but the zealots just have to keep making. And of course, you have to keep making probes too, and you have to keep your probes alive. Like that's proxy defense here. We got 4 zealots. We're actually getting some pretty good surround with the probes. They actually will kill one of these zealots off fairly easy. But really, Snail's not even able to mine. He doesn't really have the eco here. We're getting pretty good fights. Literally every probe is pulled right now. Oh, this zealot is actually getting pretty badly derped, but this one's going to get cleaned up here. Probes are doing a lot of work, though. But now we enter another period here. Actually, Snail's going to get out a few zealots. Maybe somehow Snail is actually going to hold this. He's built a forge. Now, has BadPenny ecoed up at all? Okay, well, despite Snail's initial mistakes, like BadPenny was microing down here. He didn't use his battery. It was pretty questionable micro from BadPenny. Definitely hurting himself with the micro. And now he's getting owned pretty badly here. And actually, so yeah, this is some serious throws. Snail had the easiest defense in the world. Almost lost because of it. He's still economically in a mediocre spot. Is he building a cannon behind the ramp? Okay, so this is really... I don't like this for a variety of reasons. It doesn't cover the gateways. It does protect your probes, yeah, but it doesn't cover the gateways. If he switches into Dragoons or something like that, then your gateways get ranged down. And now BadPenny's being a little bit over-persistent with his proxy. He doesn't need to actually keep sending Zealots in to just die, especially in trading inefficiently. And Snail's got his ramp secured. Now, Snail is on, what, 12 probes? What does BadPenny have? Yeah, I mean, BadPenny is ahead in tech and eco. I mean, this is a good spot for BadPenny, particularly if Snail doesn't come over here and kill these gateways. And if BadPenny doesn't just stop sending Zealots here. But yeah, so two big throws from both players. Snail by not making anything as gateways for just a massive period of time. And BadPenny for not using his battery, not for just fighting in the mineral line. He didn't do anything with his Zealots. He just kind of A-moved them and took really, really poor fights. Absolutely no way Snail should have been able to live that, and a mistake that he was able to do so. Why would you watch this? Because it's CPL and you're a player in CPL, and or you are, you know, C, D, E, F rank and looking to learn a bunch of useful information about things, about how to play the game, because that's the whole point of this. Like, yeah, if you're an A rank player, unless you have a vested interest in CPL, a lot of these games might not be super interesting, although you do get some pretty funny games. You do get some funny moments. But this is definitely geared towards people that are interested in improving, and yeah. This is really overly persistent here. I mean, yeah, the Dragoon's adding some DPS, but the Zealots are nicely arced to the top of the ramp. The Dragoon is a bit concerning, though, for Snail. If there were a few more a little bit faster, it would have been very concerning. However, there are not. Okay, the Forge and the Cannon is really bad from BadPenny. When you're in this kind of position, like, if he's got DTs, like, you're going to be fucked anyway. Like, there's just no value to building a cannon in the main. And also you bid in his base. There should be just a general feel that he can't have DTs out that quickly. Alright, so we got the Forge, we got our core, we're making a few Dragoons, and we're going to have a big attack here coming across the map from Snail. And this could open us up to a counter here, so this game might get weird again. This game might be about to go weird again. Zealots coming on across here. Now, there's a cannon. It is in the minerals, kind of. It's not super drillable, but he can drill on it a little bit. He's going to lose a lot. Now, let's see what he does with his army. I would say probably the best attempt is a counter, but this is a really powerful position here for a Snail, as you can imagine, and the cannon dies immediately. So BadPenny is completely fucked on his eco here. Everything is going to die of these Zealots, and this is basically just a lack of scouting, and it looks like BadPenny is going to go for the counter. He might try to run the probes. I guess he's going to try to fight with them, but they're basically all going to die. But there are a lot of Dragoons out here for Snail. He should kite back here from the ramp. He should try to abuse the mineral, abuse the cannon in there, and keep what he has for Dragoons alive. This cannon will not finish, and now we do have a little bit of kiting, so he's picking off Zealots. We do have a probe pull here, but those Zealots are going to add a lot of beef to this, and let's see how this counter goes. Obviously, BadPenny is finished off here, but can Snail, or, yeah, BadPenny is finished off, but can BadPenny finish off Snail? Alright, so he needs to get the Zealots to actually attack the probes. He's trying to move the Dragoons away. He's a long way from getting more Dragoons, and most of the probes are... Oh, the Zealots are on hold position. Oh, God. Oh god, the Zealots could have just been murdering those poor probes, but instead they're on hold position, but the eco is getting pretty damaged. Unfortunately, the Dragoons are not distributed correctly in the gateways. That's maybe not a big deal if you're playing a 20-minute PvT and you've got 20 gates, but when you only have 2 gates, it's a really big deal. There's still 4 Dragoons alive against 1, although the probes are still alive, and he's not getting the cannon here. Probes are contributing quite a bit of DPS to this Dragoon. And the cannon's still alive. Is the cannon going to be enough to hold the day? It's looking iffy, but 2 Zealots trying to get on top of that cannon. They are on top of it. It's 1 Dragoon against 1 Dragoon. Ah, it's not attacking, though, and the cannon is still alive. I think BadPenny certainly had the opportunity here to kill this, and then actually probably BadPenny would have won because he could have cutted the Zealots to infinity, but it's over now. It's over. That's over. Absolutely impossible for BadPenny to win. We should see a GG at some point here. I can't believe GG hasn't been set up. Oh, he's made a DT. Okay, well, maybe if the DT kills the cannon, holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was actually one shot away. That would have been a really crazy game if that DT would have. That was I gotta like tip the cap to BadPenny for like making that DT and trying it, because man, if that DT would have got that cannon, then we would have had a really interesting game. I think Snail probably could have still won, but it would have been like it would have all come down to like either some attempt to stabilize, but he probably wouldn't have been able to stabilize in his base. So it would have been a crazy attempt of trying to kill these gateways in this pylon before the DT could do anything. Not even what if he made 2 DTs. I think he could have done. I think he could have taken a much better path with that DT and certainly gotten the cannon. But I do like that. That was a really on his feet, good strategical decision. Now, you know, better micro, and BadPenny definitely could have done some stuff. Although Snail could have reacted better and microed better in that situation as well. But the big thing was just letting those Zealots come across the map. All right, so in the bottom right-hand corner, as our orange Protoss, we have BadPenny. And in the top left-hand corner, as our red Protoss, we have Snail 6. All right, so we'll see how things change. We don't see, so far, I say so far, super fast probe. Alright, so it looks like perhaps maybe a bit of a more standard game here on Circuit Breaker from Snail. Getting that pylon up. Or from BadPenny. Rather, Snail played kind of standard last game. He did drop 2 gates. But unless he was hacking, which I don't think for a second he was, he went for 2 gate, which is a little unorthodox. Not rare, but certainly not standard PvP. And gateway. Not that we'd expect anything else. I would kind of freak out if he just had built a forge or something like that. Alright, so we got probes coming out, both scouting through the center. So we're going to have a little probe kiss probably. They didn't actually attack each other, though. Both of them on move command. And gas has started for both players here. Alright. Let's see, almost exactly identical gas timings. Nobody being put on gas yet, though, so a little bit slow. 1 probe. We got 1 probe, we got 2 probe, we got 3 probe. Still just 1 probe on gas here for BadPenny. This better be some sort of weird Nexus build coming up soon or something. And of course Snail is seeing this. He's like, why is there only 1 guy mining gas? Well, this is going to be a little bit awkward. I think this is a mistake, you know. 1 never knows for sure. Okay, 2, 3. Zealot at the ramp, going to chase that probe away. Actually, pretty damn hard. This is one of the few ramps that's really hard to block with just a Zealot. So range is going to be very delayed here from BadPenny. But of course, Snail has gone very much for harass-oriented play. So he's delayed his core quite a bit and is looking to really pressure with these Zealots. Dragoon on the way. Now we'll see if he goes for second Dragoon or range first. He does go... No, wait, what? Citadel. Well, this is going to be pretty nice then for, well, no, maybe not. I said I figured Snail was going to come in here and still harass, and then, of course, that would allow him to see that a Citadel was being made, but he doesn't. He's getting a second gateway, but he's getting a robo. So, likely DT shouldn't be a game ender here in this situation. Unless, of course, he feels greedy and decides to go immediately for, you know what? Reavers. Reavers. Still no range, but I guess if you're going for a DT build, you're not actually going to get range anyway, so. Coming on down here, grabbing a pylon. Alright, so this probe is found and killed off. Alright, where's the archives? Where's the archives? Alright, so Temple Archive starts. And again, we have this pylon at the natural, so you can build cannons here in a bit. Master CPL casting. You got it, man. You got it. Just like yesterday. Just like yesterday. Alright, so he's going to go obs first. So most of the danger now is averted. The only other way he could mess up here is if he sends the ob cross map. But given the natural scouting path, and he's going to the right base, the ob should head right there. But as long as he doesn't miss the DTs. So if BadPenny sends him on a weird path, or Snail's just a bit inattentive and he misses the DTs as he sends his obs, that could be a problem. Or if he parks his whole army here and BadPenny runs by with a DT without attacking the army and alerting Snail to its presence. So the cannon's going to go up. We'll see if Snail comes in here and tries to deny the cannon. He'll probably just back up, but he does have enough to pressure here. Especially with the extra zealot advantage and presumably range advantage. Oh man, I don't know what this Dragoon is doing, but it's not behaving very well. Unfortunately, BadPenny's taking a hell of a lot of zealot hits, so this fight should still go to Snail. Whoa, BadPenny is like on super chase mode. So the cannon is going to get denied. Now, will the DTs be... Okay, the DTs are going to attack. So he reveals his hand. So this should result in BadPenny parking his observer and his Dragoon somewhere near the vicinity of the ramp. But at the same time, we're going to have a little bit of harass. There's going to be a small probe pull. The DT will clean this up in fairly short order. Shouldn't get all that many kills, but it looks like 3 or 4, so a bit of economic damage here. I mean, we can see that BadPenny does have a small supply lead. But we have an obs coming out, and we have 2 more Dragoons about to... Where is Dragoons? God, okay, so it looks like some... Yeah, we can see from the minerals some really rough macro for Snail here. And he's definitely going to need to micro this Dragoon carefully again. Well, maybe not. But, you know, a Dragoon will certainly beat a DT in a straight-up fight without micro. And he's got a little while to wait before reinforcements. Let's see if he can drill those probes. Yeah, okay, we're going for a bit of a drill. So he's softening up that DT. Dragoon going to need to micro once or twice more, but it looks like he's going to clean the DT. Oh, no, okay. Oh, just low enough on health. The probe is actually able to go. Super Ninja Assassin slays the DT. Slays the DT. You're right. There is some ice cream that is being consumed at the moment. All right, so we're getting up triple cannons and a Nexus coming on down. Hopefully at some point. Unfortunately, BadPenny was overly focused a little bit on the DT micro, made a few too many cannons, and still doesn't have a Nexus. So economically, it's like DT Expand is supposed to give you a pretty good economic position, but now he doesn't really have that. A statue of the probe immortalized. If Snail wins the game, he's going to get like a cast iron statue of a probe made, put it on his mantle. Never thought you'd see it, but now you have. So now you know. Probes can be assassins. Actually, you see it fairly often, just not... I hate this. No need for a cannon. No need for a cannon. Just leave an obs at home. He does pick off another DT-headed cross map. But usually you see like probes be assassins when they're all just drilling the living daylights out of a DT in the mineral line. But that was more just like the probe was like out by itself and it just went up and tapped the DT and it was like, die, bitch. Get the fuck out my house. Alright, so the Templar are coming, and the Storm is coming. So overall, you know, the build execution isn't too terrible for BadPenny. It's just a bit unfortunate that he didn't get his Nexus down on time, decided to make 3 cannons. Oh, and wow, okay. So Snail's response here is to sneak a Nexus. We'll see if he cannons it up. I'm not usually the biggest fan of immediately canning a hidden base. I feel like if you're going to take a hidden base, let it be a hidden base. Let it be a hidden base. If you invest a bunch in cannons, like, you might keep it alive, but it's also really going to slow down your development, and it opens you up to other sort of attacks. So I would say just take the hidden base, don't cannon it, let it be hidden. If he finds it, it's just the price you pay for taking a hidden base, because if you cannon it up heavily, you pay other prices for that. Now, if your hidden base is kicked in, you've got good eco, you know, and you're feeling like that base is fully paid for itself, yeah, then go ahead and make a few cannons. But when the first thing you do is immediately cannon up a hidden base, I'm not a huge fan most of the time. Ob's out looking for hidden bases of BadPenny and not finding any. Alright, we're getting, what, some Dragoons, we got 4 gates, we got a Citadel, we got an Archives. Gonna be a pretty decent mid-game timing here for BadPenny. It'll be a little bit scary. It'll be a little bit scary. And what do we have here? Gateway. So he's gonna get it. I don't like adding gateways either. I mean, you can do it if you like it, but I like to have my army in one spot and just move it around. I find it harder to macro out of gateways that are spaced out at 2 different bases. So the danger here for Snail is he's on 3 gates. He has teched pretty hard. Oh, he's actually teched really hard. Oh man, if BadPenny would have put his Nexus up on time and just gone for 6 or 7 gates with low tech, he would have just rolled Snail. Like, this is very, very greedy from Snail. I mean, not only is the Nexus greedy, but to do a Nexus on 3 gates, throwing down like a cannon here that's not helpful, that's costing you money, getting the fast upgrade, like, this is just, it's really, really greedy. And I mean, BadPenny has enough right now to be scary, particularly if speed is about to kick in. He's on a lot of gates, and we'll see. Now he's fighting, I hate to say it, but he's fighting a bit of a stupid fight here. He needs to come over from the top here and out this way and get everything together, but he has enough of an army to be scary, particularly if he hits a good storm or 2. So we'll see if BadPenny here can change things. But, you know, 4 gates are kicking in now. There are a few Templar. Oh, this is not actually the best time for Templar to kick out. They probably won't have enough energy to storm. Oh, that was a terrible storm, unfortunately. A lot of gates needs to rally. Those gates should just make zealots. When you go to attack in PvP, same as when you attack in PvZ and to a lesser extent PvT, you always want to make zealots in your gateways. He's got more storms. Use the storm! Oh my god! Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, that's not the worst place, but he should actually try to hit the Dragoons rather than whatever. If you storm behind the Dragoons, it does force you to run into your own Dragoons. He just needs to make a DT, though, actually, in all honesty. I don't think there's an obs with this army. So a DT will certainly end this attack. Oh, Snail! These points where you just don't make anything! Ah! Alright, but unfortunately BadPenny's, like, not rallying his reinforcements. BadPenny 100% should win this game right now. Like, there's no reason. He 100% had a chance to win there. All he had to do was A move and rally reinforcements. He wins that every time, unless Snail remembers he can make a DT, but he didn't. And he had huge idle gateways. Just everything about that game should have been a dominating win for BadPenny, but he got indecisive. He didn't reinforce his army, and now he's very, very far behind. There will be a brief window where Snail still has a slightly less scary army, but with all this eco starting to kick in here at the 3rd base, way, way faster. I mean, he got his tech out fast. He's going to have really fast upgrades. Actually, they both kind of have fast upgrades. But still, just going to be a big army coming out here from Snail in relatively short order as even more gateways kick in. He's going a little bit crazy on the cannons. Needs to chill on the cannons for sure. Making an assload of cannons is just not something you ever really need to do, particularly, again, when you are in a position like this. Like, You just don't need 6 cannons at hidden base, especially not cannons that aren't even defending the ramp. Like, if you're going to make the cannons, make a pylon wall and just cannon up behind the pylon wall. Really revisit your cannon making, Snail, if you see this game. Revisit your cannon making. It's not fully thought out. And there's just no need for that many cannons. Oh, oh, oh. Suicide mission! Bye-bye. Those awkward rally point moments. Alright, so Snail's getting an army at both bases. Supplies are closing, and will continue to close. Neither player has started their second upgrade. Snail, don't fight here. Don't fight here. Okay, this is better. Alright, now you can fight. Alright, so BadPenny is going for it here with his army. Now remember, Snail army looks fragile here. It looks like BadPenny is really scary, but half of BadPenny's stuff or more is over at this base, and there's a DT in here. So this attack's going to be scary. It's going to do some damage, but BadPenny is either going to lose everything here to this DT and the reinforcements and be forced to retreat, or he's going to have to retreat, and then Snail's just going to have a blatantly bigger army with more gateways and should more or less roll over him. So yeah, this DT doing work here, picking everything off. All the Templar are going down. BadPenny's army evaporated, and now BadPenny is working off of 5 gateways only? Ugh. Against... that is 5 alone, plus another 5, so 10 gateways. So 10 gateways versus 5, double the reinforcements, lost his whole army, didn't macro that hard. Also, BadPenny, please rally your gateways to your natural, please. Please, just watch my re-rally tutorial and re-rally those gateways to the natural. You will appreciate it, I will appreciate it, everything will flow much better for you. Just use those F keys. Quick little re-rally set, I'll maybe even talk about that here. Yeah, I think I can actually use my F keys in the middle of this. Yeah, I can. Okay. So, how do you re-rally gates? If you guys don't know the quick way to do this, come over here to your gateways, hold shift, and then press F2 at the same time. Then click wherever you want to rally them to, hold shift and press F3. And then you just hit F2, goes to your gateways, click a gateway, hit F3, that's the rally, right click for setting rally, and then go F2, click another gateway, F3, right click, F2, back to your gateways, bam, and then when you do it fast, it looks like this. Bam, gateways re-rallied, that's all it takes. Easy, simple, effective. Then you don't have all your units stupidly sitting back in your base like this, not contributing to the fight like they should be. I don't think it's really going to matter, especially if Snail can reinforce this. Also, we can see BadPenny just doesn't have enough gateways, not enough macro here. So you combine the fact that he's behind with the fact that he hasn't been macroing, and you're going to see the result you see right here as Snail finishes him off and is going to be taking the 2-0 here over BadPenny. There's even a DT in there. Oh, there's actually an obs, but more zealots being rallied in. Snail is doing a good job re-rallying those attacks, and BadPenny here is slowly going to fall apart. He might live for a little bit while he is bringing some of those units down from the main, but the reinforcements from Snail, especially if he can get reinforcements rolling nicely from each base, will eventually clean up everything that remains here. I think the Dragoons, he's making mostly Dragoons. They're going to hold on for a little while here at the ramp. But if he gets a few more Zealots, a few more Dragoons, and just runs up this ramp, there's even a slight possibility that BadPenny will stabilize briefly. And then Snail will have to regroup with like 2 control groups and make another attack. Oh, we got a Templar here. Uh-oh. Well, that was a mistake by BadPenny trying to come down this ramp this hard. Actually gave up his massive ramp advantage. And now it looks like Snail should be able to break him. BadPenny had a pretty big pause in his gateway production. Snail seems to be reinforcing pretty good. Puts down a Storm on a single Dragoon. There we go. Hitting 2 more Dragoons with this Storm. And production is kind of only minimal. A few more reinforcements here. We got more streaming down. And he's getting broken. He's getting broken. Should be GG coming up at any point. And there it is. GG. Snail's going to take that one 2-0. And that will do it for our Tier 3 games today.